To Texas now, and a record-breaking month at the border.
As numbers tick upwards, a new Texas law goes into place that would allow law enforcement to arrest migrants who cross illegally. However, it's getting some pushback from the White House. Bowen Kedrovich joins us live from the border. Bowen?
Yeah, Scott, Tia, well, CBP sources tell Fox that we are seeing the highest number ever recorded. Just this month, there have been over 276,000 migrant encounters along the southern border. Texas Governor Abbott recently signed the new immigration law earlier this month, but it will not go into effect until March. The White House quickly responded against it.
The law is incredibly extreme, and it does not make communities in Texas safer. It just does not. It dehumanizes, which is what Republicans tend to do. Certain Republicans tend to do is dehumanize immigrants and also demonize them, and that's what we're seeing here.
Governor Abbott has consistently slammed the Biden administration for not doing enough about the border crossings. One spokesperson from the governor's office says, in part, Texas is prepared to take this fight all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court to protect Texans and Americans from President Biden's open border policies. Governor Abbott signed Senate Bill 4 into law last week to help stop the tidal wave of illegal entry into Texas as the president refuses to enforce federal immigration laws. The federal government makes the final decision when it comes to what happens after these migrants cross, but legal experts say they are conflicted on the possible outcome. Ultimately, the decision will be up to the Supreme Court.
Ultimately, I think if we fast forward the movie, the case is going to end up in the hands of the Supreme Court of the United States, and it will be up to the Supreme Court of the United States to make a determination whether or not the federal government preempts the state of Texas and says to the state of Texas, sorry, you don't belong here, you are trespassing. Or will the Supreme Court of the United States say, we get it, we understand that federal law historically preempts the states, but in this particular instance, this is an emergency, and the state has the right, if not the duty, to take care of its own.
This month, 30 former United States immigration judges who served under both parties signed a letter saying that the law is unconstitutional. In Eagle Pass, Texas, Bowen Kedrovich, Fox 32 Chicago.